Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially in the end game. Well, it's not the end game. So you see, now we found out the real villain of Two Blue Vortex. Before, it couldn't have been Code. I ain't gonna lie to you, it couldn't have been Code. He was a fraud, bro. A lot of these videos I've been watching have really been opening up my eyes to what could potentially be happening in the future. And Code, he's just not it, bro. He's just not it. So we've been introduced to these new 4 beings known as the Shinju. I don't know why they didn't say it in the official manga, but they said it in the leaks. I don't know. Did I miss it? Did I miss it when they called themselves Shinju? I don't know. Like I thought that was their name, bro. Hey, I'm gonna call them that. But something got me worried, bro. Something definitely got me worried. So there was 4 here, right? There could be more. And now if there's more, we gotta realize how strong these things are. You see, Boruto said the worst possible future. So it couldn't be just these 4, bro. These 4 could have the potential to keep evolving, right? Because right here, they just developed ego. A lot of people misunderstood that. It's not ego Sasuke, ego with this, ego that. They developed ego. That's not, you know what I'm saying? Y'all haven't learned in school the id, the ego, and the super ego? 3 different egos, 3 different levels of awareness. When they were just the claw grimes, they was the id. They was just acting off instincts. Now they're at stage 2, which is the ego. They finally developed a sense of awareness of the world around them. They know what's going on. Now when they develop the super ego, that's when we get the ideologies, the morals, something they're gonna stand on, a belief that they hold true to be authentic. And that's when we're gonna really get in trouble, because they're gonna stand their ground. So right now we're at stage 2. There's still one more stage. So these guys can keep evolving. The worst possible future is that you have like 10 of these dudes running around, probably comparable to Jigen or Ishiki, like in the middle of those grounds. If they're stronger than Code, then they're definitely stronger than Jigen. The aura I'm getting from them, they might be stronger than Code. That's the vibe I'm getting. We don't know. I'm just straight guessing. Let me know how strong you guys think these things are in the comment section below. But I think they're pretty strong. And if you have a lot of them running around, it's going to be trouble for Boruto. I don't care how strong he is, you know? But anyway, Boruto's true villain changes everything. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys go check out Kidomaki. His channel link will be in the description below. This is like a 20-minute video. I'm gonna try to keep it down. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, I don't know. We gonna hoop, bro. We gonna hoop. I don't care how long this is. It could be 40 minutes, bro. It could be an hour for all I care. But we gonna hoop. That's all I'm saying. Let's hoop.
We've now entered the end stages. The Ten Tails has evolved into Shinju gods, beings that have gained self-awareness, beings that now possess sentience. Now that then begs the question, how did this happen? What led to this evolution? Well,
one thing for sure is because of Code. This is all his, I'm not gonna say it's all his fault, but it's partially his fault. The fact that he evolved them means he implanted Shibai's chakra into him. Because as we know, Code's claw marks are Shinjutsu. If you implant this into regular claw grimes, they're going to evolve into something more. That's what he didn't understand. Boruto was trying to tell them they was merely tools, but thanks to Code enhancing them, they have the potential to now turn into something stronger. The one thing I fear right now is if all of them are just Jigen level threats. Because at that point, what are we doing right now, bro? Like, okay, Boruto can handle one Jigen alone. That's fine. That's fine. But y'all keep talking about this one-on-one talk. It's not happening. We're gonna get 4-on-1s, 5-on-1s. Yo, we don't know how many there are. It could be 10. You know, that's just how much there are for now. For now. But in the future, it could be more. And we don't know how many people got absorbed by these things or bit by them claw grimes. If this is a result to the people who got bit by the claw grimes, it could be way more. Definitely JUUBISUKE being the strongest, because that's the strongest person that we know that got bit. So right now, I guess JUUBISUKE is the strongest. Until we know who else got bit, yeah, I'm just gonna go with that.
The answer to that question lies within the secrets of Code's Karma Seal and the history of Kaguya's original Ten Tails. You see, one thing we know for certain is that these beings were created using the physical essence of someone who got turned into a...
Also, somebody said this was Jigen, I think. Yeah, somebody said this might have been Jigen or something. I don't know. Nah, I'm not gonna go with that. People say this is Moegi. Who do y'all think these dudes are, bro? Alright, this one is definitely Sasuke. You see the one at the all the way on the left? Yeah, definitely Sasuke. Definitely Sasuke, 100%. This is Bug, obviously. It's just these two, bro. It's just these two. Alright, so we gotta look back, bro. These things said they can gather chakra from this era, from the last era, from the era before that. So just because somebody died, right? It doesn't mean anything. Their chakra still resides on this planet. In simpler terms, because we believe Shibai was the first person or first Otsutsuki on this planet, means they could go get his chakra. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they already have Shinjutsu, so that's the scary part. So you can think of Shinobi from this era, past era, whatever era. They could be one of these two. They could be one of these two right here. So we know this has got to be Bug. This got to be Sasuke because of the Chidori. These two could be something else, something from another era. It doesn't matter, you know? Now that they're evolved, they can gather chakra from anywhere. Gather their abilities. It's dangerous. It's dangerous, bro. So you can have one of these dudes learn how to do the Rasengan just because, oh, say you go grab Jiraiya's chakra. That's how I see it, you know? That's how I see it. Like, bro, we're in danger. I'm not in danger. They're in danger. But I'm in danger because I gotta read this. But I'm excited though.
A tree. This was proven by the Sasuke and Bug Shinju lookalikes having one thing in common, which is that the individuals they stole their parents from are now trees. We also know that an individual is turned into a tree after being bitten by one of Code's claw grimes, the same claw grimes created using the body of the Ten-Tails. So with all that circumstantial evidence, the current conclusion would be the most logical. Now the mechanic behind the creation of these new entities is a bit more complex, in the sense that there's one common trait that is likely shared by all the humans
creepy as hell
into Shinju, which is that they all possess the DNA of the Otsutsuki. You see, as explained by Amado in chapter 45,
that's even more scary, bro.
These are alien parasites whose only goal is to devour the life of a planet. They do this by planting a large divine tree in the ground. Its roots then grows deeply, reaching across every corner of the planet and sucks the chakra from all living things.
Right. That's what the Ten-Tails wants to do. That, like, to say that's what the divine tree wants to do. Suck all the chakra it can to evolve. That's what these dudes are trying to do. Just devour. And they have Otsutsuki genes. So that's even worse. They can evolve to gods. So the potential for these dudes is just limitless. They can keep evolving. Each one of them giving me Shibai vibes, bro. Now, I'm not saying they're going to be as strong as him. No way, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But if it gets to that point, they could be stronger for anybody to handle. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of Aizen when he got the Hogyoku, bro. And he just kept getting stronger. He just kept getting stronger with every fight. He kept evolving and evolving. And eventually, he was going to be a god until Ichigo took him down. That's how it is for these guys, bro. They're going to keep getting stronger. They're going to keep evolving until somebody takes them down. And it's 4 of them. Like, it's not just one. It's 4 of them, bro. So, hey, good luck, bro. Good luck.
This tree then produces a chakra fruit once it has finished absorbing everything. These chakra fruits are explained to be lumps of tremendous energy and genetic information. Otsutsukis continuously update themselves by eating them. That is how they evolve. Now there's one key detail that's missing, which is that Otsutsuki's always utilize a Ten-Tails when assaulting a planet. And that's because the Ten-Tails is what becomes a divine tree. The Ten-Tails is actually a seedling they first plant into the ground, which then grows into the divine tree and consumes the planet.
Yes.
Thus bearing a chakra fruit. Now,
once
one
it just
important thing
devoured.
to note is that you can't just bury the Ten-Tails and water it for it to become a divine tree. There's one special condition that must be met. That, of course, being the fact that you must feed a living Otsutsuki to the Ten-Tails for it to begin evolving. That is actually why the Otsutsukis travel in pairs, because one needs to be fed to the god tree while the other Otsutsuki procures the fruit it creates in the end. This also explains why Code needs to feed Boruto to the god tree in order for it to bear the chakra fruit. This, of course, leads into Code becoming an Otsutsuki, since feeding Boruto to the Ten-Tails would introduce Otsutsuki DNA,
which will never happen anymore.
Fruit. Oh, and by the way,
isn't that kind of poetic? Like, he can't even do it by himself anymore, so he gotta rely on these Shinju to do it for him. The end result is gonna be the same, Code. Like, he's so dumb. He's so dumb, bro. It's the fact that he thinks he's going to achieve his goal through these dudes. Bro, they're gonna murk you. They're going to murk you, Code. Code doesn't understand that he's in the past, bro. Nobody's thinking about him no more. Like, he's just a thought. Nobody's thinking about him. It's over for him. Like, his ambitions will never be, because he always works for somebody else. He doesn't have a will of his own. And you know what? I have Code having a redemption arc coming soon in the manga, bro. And it's gonna be before he dies. Sadly, he's finally gonna realize what he's been doing. He's just being used. He's being used by somebody else. That's it. He's gonna realize that too late. He's gonna try to do something that he wants to do for once in a while what he truly wants, and it's going to be too late. He reminds me of 5 Kage Summit Sasuke, just being manipulated by everybody. Or let's just say Sasuke and Shippuden in general, bro. Sasuke was getting manipulated by everybody. Obito, Itachi. He made this man join the Akatsuki, bro. It was bad, you know? They had him out there hunting Jinchuriki, getting his ass beat. It has to come to a point where you have to start thinking for yourself. You have to have a will of your own. Code really doesn't have that. And he finally will when it's too late. Mark my words.
By the way, this is the same process explained by the Shinju in chapter 4 of Boruto TBV VORTEX. He states that we divine trees exist to suck the chakra out of all living things and form a chakra fruit. Well, at least that was the original instinct of the divine tree, which we'll address in a second. Also note that Shinju in the context of the Naruto universe means Jubi, which is another name for the Ten Tails. So when he says we divine trees, it's the same thing as him saying Shinju, since the Ten Tails is also what evolves into the divine tree.
So we'll call him Shinju. We'll call him that.
Evolve into the divine tree, it has to consume Otsutsuki DNA. That is a stated fact. Yet, for some reason, this Ten Tails was seemingly able to evolve into multiple divine trees by biting Sasuke and the bug. It just doesn't make sense. Well, until it kinda does.
It gotta do with the Shinjutsu, bro.
Is that a lot of the existing Shinobi possess Otsutsuki DNA at a deeper level, and that's because a lot of them are descendants of Hagoromo and Hamura. This makes perfect sense since Kaguya was said to have lived peacefully amongst the humans and was impregnated by an emperor called Tenji.
So that just confirms it. Sasuke was the closest thing to a god that they absorbed so far. Sasuke possesses most of Hagoromo's chakra, like more than anybody right now. Or let me say more than the average person. Even though he doesn't have his Rinnegan anymore, I'm pretty sure that chakra is still there. Same thing with Naruto. You mean to tell me Jubi Sasuke isn't going to be a problem? Oh, yeah, it's going to be a problem. But we don't know who the other two is, though. We don't know. I got to get some real good guesses, bro. Hey, the best guess I get, I'm going to pin you in the comment section, bro. Let me know. My brain's going to explode just thinking about it. I'm not even going to, I can't. Bug got to be the weakest. Yeah, that bug dude got to be the weakest. I'm not even gonna say that.
After Kaguya was betrayed by this emperor, she consumed the chakra fruit from the divine tree and used its power to place the entire.
This dude right here, bro. This dude right here is probably the luckiest dude I ever came across, bro. The ultimate flex is to say like, yo, I just got finished digging out a god. This man digged out a god, digging out her guts. It's crazy. Imagine you go to your homeboys, you jump in the PlayStation party, you like, yo, I just got some alien butt. Oh, all right, let me stop thinking about this, bro. Bro, he's just a normal dude like you and me who just got lucky. The luckiest dude of all time.
And used its power to place the entire planet under the infinite.
That's crazy.
Though she did release some of the humans later on because she didn't want all of them to die. Then, of course, as the story goes, months later she gave birth to her 2 sons, Hagoromo and Hamura, who after finding out about the remaining humans stuck within infinite tsunami,
I still can't get over that, bro.
And turned into white Zetsus, decided to confront Kaguya. The brothers in the end ended up sealing Kaguya using 6 paths Shibaku Tensei, and both went their separate ways. Hamura decided to guard Kaguya, who was sealed on the newly created moon, and Hagoromo remained on the planet to later share his chakra with the other humans in an effort to connect everyone through the concept of ninju. However, this same chakra was later used by the humans to wage war against each other and resulted in the formation of clans who shared similar bloodline traits as a result of that chakra. The most prominent of all being the Senju and the Uchiha, who are direct descendants of Hagoromo's bloodline through his sons Ashura and Indra, while the Hyuga clan members are all descendants of Hamura, who went to the moon at the end of the battle with Kaguya. So what this means is that you have 2 subsets of humans who possess the capacity to wield chakra. The ones who were just given the chakra by Hagoromo and later passed it on to their descendants, and then you have the ones who possess Otsutsuki DNA by way of being genetic descendants of Hagoromo's sons who procreated on the planet.
Proof, now, just because Sasuke is an Uchiha too.
Individuals at this point in time, would it be enough to consider them full-blown Otsutsukis, but the genetic data is still present within their bodies. What this means is that the Ten Tails could possibly evolve into a mini divine tree by consuming these individuals, but it wouldn't be enough enough for them to produce a chakra fruit. So these new entities aren't created by just absorbing random individuals. If that was the case, you would have had multiple or thousands of them running around, since that's the amount of Clawgrime's code created. In fact, it is even shown to us that multiple leaf ninja were turned into trees after being bitten by the Clawgrimes.
Exactly. So they probably just absorb chakra until they have enough to create one of those beings we call the Shinju. So these dudes, these fodder, it don't matter. So what's the deal with Bug though? Explain that, because as far as I'm concerned, he should be even less significant than one of these Shinobi right here. So what's the deal with that?
And this was even confirmed in chapter 4. Yet only 4 divine trees were created, 2 of which are confirmed to be Sasuke and Bug. Now that then brings us to the 2 other divine trees who I believe to be JUUGAN and Moegi. Now this makes perfect sense, since how we were able to confirm that the other 2 divine trees were Sasuke and Bug was by cross-referencing their physical appearances. The short-bearded
But why would it be JUUGAN though? I don't understand. Why would it be JUUGAN? Why wouldn't it just be Ishiki? JUUGAN was just a vessel, right? Before Ishiki took over JUUGAN's body, he was just like a humble monk. Not fighting, not doing nothing. A humble monk. Why would it specifically be JUUGAN? Is it something we don't know about? Or is it just against the law for them to absorb another Otsutsuki's power or something? I don't know. Or does it just gotta be JUUGAN or something? I don't think it's JUUGAN, bro. Cause without Ishiki using JUUGAN as a vessel, he's nothing special. So why him? Not to mention Bug. What is it about them? I mean, let's look at it this way. Sasuke been a tree for I don't know how long, right? We just seen him. He could have been a tree for at least like 2 years or something. Maybe a year. Bug could have been a tree for a year. So do you have to be a tree for a certain time limit? Well, I don't know how much chakra they took from Sasuke. Yeah, it has to make sense somehow, bro. Maybe you have to be a tree for a certain time limit or something for them to gather some amount of chakra from you to create these things. See, that Shinobi back in Konoha, he just became a tree like 45 minutes ago. He's still fresh. His family still think he went out to go take care of some business. They don't know he's not coming back. He's finished. Pop's not coming back with the milk. He's done. It just sucks because we know Sarada's gonna have to come here to see her father like this. It'd be kind of messed up if Boruto don't tell her though. If that was me, I wouldn't let Sarada see her dad like that. I couldn't do it. But it's essential for Sarada's character development. So she gotta see it. She gotta go through the trauma. You know what I'm saying? This would have also been a good time for her to awaken her MS. Not gonna cap. There's been at least 3 instances where Sarada could have awoken her MS. One of them wasn't even canon, but that was a good time. Now, if you watch the anime, you know that Mist Village arc. I forgot what it was. That dude with the pirate dude, the pirate boy. I forgot what is it? When Boruto dove off the boat because he agreed to kill himself to end the cycle of hatred. So he jumped off the boat and everybody thought he died. Sarada and Mitsuki thought he died. Boom, MS right there, right? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Another time was in the forest, you know, Sasuke, when she actually did awaken her MS. And the third time could have been right here, seeing her father as the great Deku tree. If my father became a Deku tree, I'm gonna be tight too.
And the hooded figure has Sasuke's physical appearance. Not only that, since the supposed clone of Sasuke also possesses the ability to use Chidori, that too with his dominant left hand. The story also goes out of its way to imply this by code referring to the entity as Bug and Boruto reacting to the reveal of the Sasuke Shinju. So by using that same logic, you can come to the logical conclusion.
Oh, just cause of the hair, bro? Are y'all serious? It's cause of the hair? Damn. I mean, they both could use Earth style, right? Yeah. I'm pretty sure they both Earth style users as well. It do make sense a little bit. He might be cooking. But then again, Moegi? Haven't seen her in a minute. I only seen her in filler, bro. Does she even appear in the manga? I forgot.
That the female Shinju came from Moegi based on their shared physical traits. In addition to that, the entity also used the same Earth style gravity technique Moegi used on Amado.
I guess. Sorry, I give it to you.
So
I guess.
Can't be any clearer. He's basically spoon feeding us at this point. Now, what's more contentious is the identity of the JUUGAN looking Shinju, who is clearly the strongest member of the group.
He looks like the strongest. He hasn't been confirmed the strongest. As we know, the strongest is the Sasuke one. I mean, his aura is different. Like, look at his aura. That's a pretty good aura right there. That's aura. So he do look like the strongest. Like, you look at him and you look at all the rest of the 3, that's the strongest right there. But if we're putting straight looks aside, Sasuke gotta be the strongest. But watch him end up being the strongest just because he was in the sky looking all badass. He was just not even looking at them, you know, he was looking cold. So I guess he's the strongest.
Identity of the Jigen looking Shinju, who is clearly the strongest member of the group. I personally believe that this guy was created using the essence of Jigen, but not in the way you might think. You see, as I stated at the start of this video, it all goes back to the secrets of Code's Karma Seal. This technique or chip is stated to be an highly compressed Otsutsuki backup file. Once the file itself is implanted into the prospective vessel, the compressed data is slowly extracted over time. Now once all of that data is fully extracted, that is when the Otsutsuki will fully resurrect within that body and the person will cease to exist. And just to clarify, the Karma Seal not only consists of the DNA of the Otsutsuki, but also their chakra, which is separate from the chakra of the vessel itself. This was even confirmed to be the case in chapter 64 when Boruto first used his true essence form. Code, upon seeing this power, initially thought that Momoshiki was in control because he sensed a different type of chakra, which is why then said that Boruto is quite a puzzle. Momoshiki's consciousness, why does it emerge to this degree when Boruto is still only just a vessel? Of course, it was later revealed that Boruto was still in control of his body and he was just manifesting more of Momoshiki's power and chakra. This relates back to Code, since Code also possesses the Karma Seal of an Otsutsuki, that being Shiki Otsutsuki himself. However, the issue is that for some reason, people believe that Code doesn't possess Ishiki Otsutsuki's data or DNA when that was never stated to be the case. In fact, that just wouldn't make any sense. The Karma Seal itself is a compressed Otsutsuki.
Y'all don't believe that, do you? Even though Ishiki didn't use Code as a vessel, his powers was still imprinted into that karma. So let's just look at it like a computer, because all this is basically computer talk, right? The whole series is computer talk. Let's say I had a program, right? And then in that program, then I have a folder which has my power in it. We haven't seen Code use any of Ishiki's abilities. So let's just say the power, right? Because abilities and power is two different things, right? Let's just say I took my power and put it into the karma. So let's say when he evolves into an Otsutsuki, he has Ishiki level power. But Kawaki's actually has Ishiki's abilities in it, as well as his power. So it's different. Like, both of them still have Ishiki's DNA in it. It's just different things you can actually do with it.
Backup file, which consists of the chakra and DNA of the Otsutsuki, and the chakra itself is generated by the DNA of said Otsutsuki. So Code, by having Ishiki's Karma Seal, does possess Ishiki's data within that Karma Seal. The only difference between Code and Kawaki is that Kawaki was able to become a proper vessel by way of being Otsutsukified, while Code could not, thus being unable to become a receptacle for Ishiki's soul. This simply means that the Karma Seal is unable to extract its data and Otsutsukify Code's body, but the Karma Seal itself that is lodged within Code's body still does consist of that data. Now this is just a theory, but I believe that Jigen's Otsutsukify data is also a part of Code's Karma Seal, which is why it likely led to the Karma Seal being defective. This makes sense since even though Jigen was 100% Ishiki, he still retained his physical appearance, which means that a portion of the vessel's genetic data is still retained even post Otsutsukification. So what likely happened is that
that's why he looks like Jigen?
Gain access to some of that data through Code's claw marks that he used to squeeze the tentacles, thus creating the claw gripes. And by the way, these are the same claw marks Code said were created by mixing the iron from his blood with physically embodied chakra. So that would then make them half material and half chakra. Now, aside from the writer clearly telling us this for a specific reason, it's also possible that the physically embodied chakra and the iron from Code's blood is also extracted from the Karma Seal in order to create these claw marks. We have to remember that Amado stated that Code's claw mark ability is classified as Shinjutsu, which means that it's a divine ability stemming directly from the Otsutsuki. He then further clarified that these abilities can't be created. He can only transfer them from an Otsutsuki through cell or data migration. So this simply means that Code got this ability directly from an Otsutsuki. The real question is from who? We know it isn't Ishiki since he didn't have that ability, and it likely isn't Shibai since Amado never stated that it came from him. In fact, when this was first was revealed, Amado specifically stated that Ada and Damon's abilities came from Shibai, and also confirmed that Kawaki's Shinjutsu came from Ishiki, which was fairly obvious. Yet when it came to code, he just passively stated that these claw marks are also Shinjutsu.
So are you trying to say there's another Otsutsuki we gotta look out for, bro? I mean, Code's claw marks hasn't been stated to come from anybody, so I just naturally assumed it came from Shibai. But I hear him, there is a possibility that Code's claw marks could like come from another Otsutsuki we don't know about. And another weird thing, 4 of those Shinju, or at least 3 of them, resemble somebody that Code has came across in the last 3 years. That being Sasuke, Bug, and if that other one is true, then it's Jigen. So those are 3. So who's the 4th? I mean, if that one really is Jigen, that's 3 people that Code has came across in the last 3 years. So who's that 4th person?
He purposely never stated where they came from since he likely doesn't know. Now, to be fair, a lot of things about Code is unknown. Why did his hair turn white after his limiters were removed? Why did his nails turn black? Why did his eyelashes extend? And why did his eye color change? These are physical appearances occurring even though his data or DNA was never changed. Another thing to point out is that Amado himself stated that Code never had his body modified in order to increase his power. In fact, they had to implant a limiter into him since his power somehow surpassed Jigen. By the way, the only way this makes sense is if the power that allowed him to surpass Jigen came from the Karma Seal, since Code wasn't modified to increase his power. This is directly stated by Amado. What this also means is that Code's ability to use his claw marks comes from whatever mutation happened with the Karma Seal Jigen implanted into him.
Code is just meant to be absorbed, bro. It's just like the potential of Code is just so wild. If you put that power in somebody else's hands, who knows what could happen, bro. A good plot twist, Code could be the one that ends up getting absorbed by these dudes instead of Boruto. And that'll just make him 10 times stronger. Cause y'all gotta realize how strong Code is actually. Y'all gotta realize how strong he is. He's no weakling. But I just feel like he's meant to be absorbed for somebody else to achieve their full power. It's weird, but that's the type of vibes he's giving me.
So in essence, all of these divine tree entities were created using the Otsutsuki data and chakra within Code's claw marks, along with the Otsutsuki data they found within the individuals they were able to copy. So Sasuke clearly has Otsutsuki DNA by way of him being an Uchiha, Jigen was clearly Otsutsuki, and Moegi likely has Otsutsuki DNA since she was able to use wood release. Now I believe that to be the case since everyone who has naturally been able to use wood release descended directly from Hagoromo, which makes perfect sense since he siphoned the power of the Ten Tails, whose natural affinity is wood release.
I don't think that's Moegi though. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I still can't get over that, bro. Like Moegi, bro, really?
Not everyone who
that's so random.
From the Otsutsuki magically possessed great power. Look at the Uchiha. Most of them were farmers and poets. So I think the logic does track and makes perfect sense. Now, in regards to them gaining self-awareness, this also goes back to Kaguya since it's somewhat similar to what happened in the past with Kaguya and the original Ten Tails. As I pointed out in my recent video about Boruto resurrecting Kaguya, the original Ten Tails was already on the planet in the form of a god tree before Kaguya arrived. In fact, it's directly stated by a side character that the tree had been there for over several millennia. Yet, for some reason, there were never any reports of a beast ravaging the lands or absorbing people and turning them into fruits. You see, this is all relevant since Hagoromo initially believed that the reason why the Ten Tails went on a rampage was due to it being robbed of its own chakra, referring to the chakra Kaguya had stolen from it. However, Black Zetsu later revealed that the Ten Tails wasn't just the divine tree, it was Kaguya herself. It wasn't the divine tree's incarnation trying to reclaim its chakra fruit, but Kaguya's will attempting to take back the chakra that had been dispersed into her children. So this somewhat explains why instead of gradually absorbing the chakra of the planet and all living things, the Ten Tails became aggressive and more obvious in its exploits. It was influenced by the will of Kaguya, who had once merged with it. In fact, the god tree present during the war during Naruto was also slowly gaining sentience by first,
and that's probably where it got its instinct to just absorb chakra.
Entity. This was shown when it spoke to Madara, asking him to take it into him so that they can become one. So if the Ten Tails in the war had remained in that state for longer than 3 days, it likely would have undergone a similar evolution to the one present in Boruto. This simply means
Damn.
that the Ten-Tails, and by extension the clones created using
And then it really would have been
can
over.
be influenced by the person who has bonded with it, similar to Shin Uchiha.
Yo, them teeth, bro. Them teeth, bro. Like,
The Ten-Tails.
why he got human teeth, bro? Like, oh my god, that's nasty. That's nasty. Why his teeth look like that? I would have rather the fangs and like them sharp little, I don't even know, them sharp icicle teeth that he had in the 4th grade Ninja War. Why? This man got dentures. Bro went to the dentist, bro. Yo, they should have just kept the other. Oh man, oh my god, those teeth are creepy, bro. It's creepy as fuck.
Influenced by the person who has bonded with it, similar to Shin
Oh my
Uchiha
God.
and his clones. Shin treated them like expendable substitutes whilst also instilling them with his worldview of survival of the fittest and that old flesh needs to be disposed of. So when Shin himself became this old flesh, he was well disposed of. A similar thing will happen to Code, since he also views these clones as disposable tools used to achieve his goals of evolution.
It's sad, but it's true.
His goals and
he's gonna be absorbed,
Grimes, they will also
devoured,
achieve the same
gone
as well. That of course being evolution. So as Boruto pointed out in chapter 2, these Clawgrams are enhanced due to what Code did to them, which of course is referring to Code infusing them with his claw marks that consist of the iron from his blood and his chakra.
He
In
stated
addition to
that,
they also now share the same will as Code, which is the will to evolve and become a peerless existence, the will to become a god. So by Code changing the nature of the Ten-Tails similar to what Kaguya did as confirmed by Black Zetsu, they now have a different focus.
Better
Their
get
chakra
crazy.
is no longer the driving force
It's
behind
gonna get
their
crazy,
existence
bruh.
due to them possessing self-awareness. That simply means that no longer will they pass off the power in the form of a chakra fruit for someone else to consume. It will instead keep the power for itself and use it to evolve. And that is actually what Boruto was referring to when he told Code that he doesn't understand the true horrors of the Ten-Tails and that he needs to get rid of them while he's still in control. This clearly foreshadows Code losing control of the beast, which will ultimately lead to his demise.
and that's what's so scary, bro. That is what's so scary. Even we don't know the full extent of the Ten-Tails. I'm learning more and more about the Ten-Tails each day. When the Ten-Tails was first introduced to the story, we was just taught it was all of the Jubi put together into one entity, being the Ten-Tails. That's it. Hagoromo splitting the Ten-Tails up into 9 parts. So that's what we thought it was. We thought it was just another tailed beast, but the original tailed beast though. But now it's stated that these things can evolve. These things just want to devour. The Ten-Tails wants to devour chakra coming from Kaguya, and it's all, bro, all of this stems back to the Otsutsuki, and it's crazy to think about. So if we really want to be technical, Naruto had more Otsutsuki DNA into him than anybody else for basically the whole story. Just him being the Jinchuriki of the 9 tails. You see how Kishimoto takes his stuff, and I said this before, he takes things that are already established, like the tailed beast. He can take that and just build on it. He takes those things and just builds on it endlessly. He can do that, and he loves to do that, bro. He loves to take established parts of the story and just build on it, bro. I don't have a problem with it. I'm just saying what he loves to do. It works out most of the time. Because he didn't know Baryon was a thing. He pulled that out his ass. But it worked because it made sense. That's why Kishimoto just goes with the flow. Literally, he goes with the flow. He just keeps building as he keeps going on, and it somehow keeps working. Not a lot of manga artists could do that, bro. That's why y'all gotta stop underestimating Kishimoto like he's not the GOAT.
With that being said, this could just be complete nonsense, and everything I just said doesn't make any sense whatsoever, okay? I could be totally wrong, and it's also possible that these new Shinju gods or divine trees are just similar to the white Zetsus that were also created by the Ten-Tails, or the original Ten-Tails from Naruto. You see, the white Zetsus had the ability to absorb someone's chakra signature, then use it to replicate their physical appearance. The only difference is that this Ten-Tail seems to be able to replicate the abilities as well, and it also doesn't take their full complete appearance. It just looks like them in some way. So that's why I'm leaning more to what I said about the Otsutsuki DNA, and that's how they use it to evolve, and then also take their genetic data to replicate their looks in some way, because if it was the same ability as the white Zetsus, they would just take the exact appearance of the person they're copying, which clearly isn't the case here. One more thing to note is that the Ten-Tails has always had the ability to separate its body into multiple parts. This was first shown in the war when the Ten-Tails created these mini Jubi clones, and also the fact that the Ten-Tails was able to split itself in half and was able to let out one half to become the divine tree, while the other half remained in Obito and kept him as the 10 Tails Jinchuriki. And this ability also passed down to the other tail beasts as well, since the 3 tails, I believe, was able to separate itself into multiple parts. So this is nothing new per se, it's just twisted in a different way somewhat. But I think the major difference between using that ability and these new entities is that they seem to have different personalities. So it's similar to how Hagoromo separated the 10 tails and created multiple different entities like tail beasts 1 through 9, and Kuruma's personality is different from the 1 tails and the 8 tails and the 5 tails. They're all different beings with different personalities, even though they were created using the same chakra. So a similar process has occurred here, and it seems like the trigger for this was Code's claw marks.
He's just gonna keep building on it, bro.
Of course, you don't know everything about them, but one thing I can say is
we
that
don't, bro. We really don't.
Relative to like base Boruto at best, so I think that puts them at least above Jigen, since base Boruto seems to be above No Limiter Code, who is also above Jigen. But
he was struggling a little bit. He was struggling, but we all know Boruto could take him one-on-one though. One-on-one. They just jumping him. When they jump him, it's a problem. Well, base Boruto, he still got it, bro. He's not gonna pull up the karma yet, bro. He good. He good. Just let him cook real quick.
If you want to learn more about that power scaling mechanic, you guys can open up the video about how strong is Boruto, or Boruto is the strongest shinobi, and I go in depth about how Boruto, or why Boruto scales.
Few more chapters, I might make a new video. How strong is Boruto
to this new Boruto. With that being said, let me know your thoughts on the video itself. Drop a like if you like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.
Hey, that was a great video by Kidomaki. Yo, appreciate you for the video, gang. Like I said, his channel will be down below in the description, so go check him out. But let me know, bro. Let me know what you guys think about the new Shinju, man. How much of a threat are they, bro? And how much are they gonna evolve, bro? Do you think they're gonna absorb Code and reach a higher state of being? Or do you think they're gonna absorb Boruto and just become guys or something like that? But let me know what you guys think about them in the comment section. I gotta desperately use the bathroom, so I'm gonna have to end it here, unfortunately. But anyway, I appreciate y'all for staying throughout the video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Comment down what I should react to next. If you got any interesting videos, I don't mind reacting to it, man. I'm always down to watch these type of videos. But anyway, I'm out. Peace.